In a village nestled between lush green fields and narrow dirt paths, lived an old woman named Amira. She was nearly 80, with silver hair neatly tied in a bun and a smile that seemed untouched by time or sorrow. Her mud brick home stood quietly beneath a large banyan tree. Inside, there were only the essentials: 2 earthen water jars, a single hearth for cooking, and a wooden bed in the corner that creaked with every breeze. She lived alone. Her husband had passed away 3 decades ago, and her only daughter had gone to the city in search of work and never returned. The villagers often whispered, "Oh, Auntie Amira, alone, forgotten, and yet she smiles as if she carries no burden at all." That summer, Ria, a 20-year-old girl from Delhi, arrived in the village to visit her grandmother. Ria was broken from within. She had failed her engineering entrance exam. Her closest friend had betrayed her trust, and her parents constantly compared her to others. Every evening, she sat alone, defeated and numb, silently asking, "Why is life so unfair to me?" One morning, as Rial walked past the banyan tree, she saw Amira feeding leftover rice to the birds and softly humming an old melody. Her eyes sparkled with peace, and she smiled at every passerby, even those who ignored her. Intrigued, Ria observed this routine for days. Finally, one quiet evening, unable to hold back her curiosity, Ria approached her. "Grandmother, may I sit with you for a while?" she asked hesitantly. Auntie Amira's face brightened. "Of course, dear. The banyan gives the coolest shade at this hour." They sat quietly for a moment. Then Ria spoke. "Grandmother, you have no one. You've endured so much, yet you smile as if your heart has never shattered. How?" Amira chuckled softly. "Ah, child, I was not born with this smile. It came after many storms. Would you like to hear my story?" Ria nodded, her eyes wide. "When I was your age, I married a kind man. We had nothing except love. Our daughter was our happiness. But destiny has its own plans. One winter, my husband fell sick. There was no clinic nearby, and I had no money for treatment. He died in my arms, whispering, 'Stay strong, Amira.' I wanted to die with him, but I lived for my child. I cleaned houses, washed clothes, and even begged at times just to feed her and send her to school. Years passed. She found a job in the city and left. I waited for her letters, her calls, but they slowly stopped. She married and perhaps forgot that I exist." Ria gasped. "You never went to find her?" "I did once," Amira said, her eyes distant. She had a new life, a family. I stood across the road from her apartment and walked away. Sometimes love means letting go with dignity. Tears filled Ria's eyes. "But don't you feel angry, lonely, betrayed?" Amira smiled again, that same peaceful smile. "I did, until I discovered 3 truths that saved me. Let me share them with you." She gently raised her fingers. 1. Accept what you cannot change. I cannot force Nisha to remember me, but I can choose not to let bitterness consume me. I chose peace over pain. 2. Be grateful for what you have. I may not have wealth, but I have these birds, this tree, the open sky, and a heart that still feels. Gratitude is not for the rich, it is for the aware. 3. Give more than you take. I feed birds, help children with studies, and share herbs with the sick. Giving makes me feel alive, as if I still matter. Ria sat quietly, as though the tight knots in her chest were slowly loosening. The sun dipped behind the trees. Birds fluttered home. And for the first time in weeks, Ria smiled. "Grandmother, thank you," she whispered, holding Amira's hand. "You healed something inside me tonight." That night, the two sat beneath the stars, sharing stories, laughter, and even tears. When Ria returned to Delhi, her struggles still existed, but something within her had shifted. She began each day with a small prayer of gratitude, stopped chasing those who walked away, and started helping people who silently suffered, just as she once had. True happiness is not the absence of pain, but the presence of purpose. Life will never be free of sorrow, loss, or disappointment, but we always have a choice in how we respond. Amira's story teaches us that peace is not gifted by perfect circumstances. It is built slowly, through acceptance of what cannot be changed, gratitude for what remains, and kindness shared with others, even when we are hurting. We often wait for life to improve before allowing ourselves to smile. But sometimes, life improves because we choose to smile. In quiet moments, in simple acts of giving, and in the strength to let go without bitterness, we discover a kind of joy that no situation can steal. Choose that joy, not because life is easy, but because your heart deserves peace.